Thank you. So I think until everyone joins, we'll start off with an introductory video and then we'll start off with the session.
हे दोस्तों, वेलकम टू अपना कम्युनिटी। ये वो जगह है जहां आप अपने असली पोटेंशियल को एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हैं। देखो, सबके पास स्किल्स होते हैं, पर क्या आपके अंदर वो स्पार्क है जो आपको कामयाबी की ऊंचाइयों तक ले जा सकता है? अगर आप सोच रहे हैं जॉब चेंज करने के लिए, लेकिन रेज्यूमे सेलेक्ट नहीं हो रहा, या फिर इंग्लिश में इंटरव्यू देना थोड़ा चैलेंजिंग लग रहा है, तो फिक्र मत कीजिए। यहाँ हम हैं आपके साथ, आपको सपोर्ट करने के लिए। अपना कम्युनिटी में आपको मिलेगी बेहतरीन कम्युनिटीज, जहां आप अपने प्रोफेशनल स्किल्स को सुधार सकते हैं। चाहे आप एक्सेल, टैली, जीएसटी में माहिर बनना चाहें, या फिर आप खुद एक ब्यूटिशियन या डिजाइनर हैं, तो यहाँ आप अपने काम को शोकेस करके दूसरों को टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स देते हुए आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। अपना कम्युनिटी में आपको मिलेगा मेंटर्स का एक खजाना और बड़े इन्फ्लुएंसर्स का साथ, जो आपको हर कदम पर 1-to-1 गाइड करेंगे। यहाँ आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं अपने फील्ड या इंडस्ट्री स्पेसिफिक ग्रुप्स, जहां आपको ऐसे कई लोग मिलेंगे जिनसे सीख के आप वो गलती ना करें जो वो कर चुके हैं। ऐसे लोगों की जिन्होंने स्टार्ट किया था एज एग्जीक्यूटिव्स एंड आर नाउ सक्सेसफुल मैनेजर्स इन देयर डोमेन्स, जो आपको आगे बढ़ाने में मदद करेगा। यहाँ आपको मिलेगा वो सही डायरेक्शन जो आपकी करियर को नेक्स्ट लेवल ले जाएगा। तो लेट्स अनलॉक योर पोटेंशियल टुगेदर। अपना कम्युनिटी में ज्वाइन करें और अपने सपनों की ऊंचाइयों तक पहुंचने का सफर शुरू करें।
Awesome. Welcome everyone. We have a good participant base of about 25 people. Anyway, welcome everyone. My name is Rohan, co-founder of QFUS. QFUS is a mentorship aggregator platform which has been supporting Apna with their community mentorship engagements. And as a part of community engagements at Apna, we've been doing this for a while now, termed as Apna Xclusives. Happens on 7 p.m. on weekdays and 3 p.m. on weekends. Main idea is to help people ideate and advance in their professional career. And we also cover a wide range of topics. It starts from as simple as spoken English. It can be career counseling or very technical, such as machine learning, data science, and product management. And today we have our mentor Ashwin with us. Thank you so much for joining, Ashwin. And we're going to go through the topic on learn to code, where to start and how to keep going ahead with coding. Ashwin is a machine learning engineer from Accenture, and without much overdue, Ashwin, I'll just leave the stage to you.
Yeah, thank you, Rohan. Thank you for the introduction. Yeah, so I'll just share my screen and second. Just give me a moment. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's visible. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'll get started. Yeah. Yeah, so the topic for the day is learning to code, where to start, and how to keep going. So yeah, I think everybody would have been in this position in somewhere, I mean, in the initial stage of the career or in a college. So this session is to make sure to get clarified and stay on track on your coding journey. Yeah. So small introduction about me is, so I have 14 years of industry experience. So mainly into robotics and AI and machine learning. So generally, I also mentor students for the same coding journey, as well as I've helped many people to uh, go abroad for their higher studies and how to approach, take internship according to their streams. Yeah. So to start with, I wanted to make sure as an interactive session, please feel free to stop anywhere so that let's not be so formal. So it can be interactive. Yeah. So yeah. So first of all, everybody have this basic question: why should I learn coding? Uh, First of all, we all know it is a very high-paying job in the market compared to other. So I think that will be the main motivation for anyone. And So there are lots and lots of opportunities in coding. It is not only restricted to software field. Nowadays, everywhere you go, you can see there are softwares everywhere. Let's say if you go to the hospitals, there are billing machines, which is again having a big software for you to create an invoice, to maintain your patient system. And it is not only to that, even if you want to have a manufacturing industry, you should have a basic website. So coding is everywhere, ever pervasive in your lifestyle. So there are real-time applications which we really daily use on a daily basis, like Swiggy, Zomato, or Dunzo to send your stuff. Yeah, but everybody would have been in this position. So we will have a basic fear that, okay, coding is very hard, it is complicated, but no, there is nothing like that. So it is like once you have practice, anybody can code. So the common misconception, as I mentioned, is so you should have a deep understanding of mathematics and it is very complicated. But yeah, we should have basic problem solving skills and should be able to convert whatever is there in plain English, should be able to convert to coding. So that level of understanding is more than enough to start your software engineering journey. Yeah. So this is where so now everybody wanted to code, but everybody is having same question, right? Where to start? How to start? First of all, um, we we should know our strengths or our what is the desire. So where are we? What are we going to? Yeah. Have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but your voice is breaking.
Breaking. Now is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So everybody wanted to start their coding journey. So where to start? So first choose your language. So there are a bunch of languages available. For example, there is JavaScript. The most popular is JavaScript and Python. There are Java, C Sharp, C++, etc. But you have to be very clear where you are going to start your coding journey. So for example, in today's world, Python is the most used and most common language because everybody knows the machine learning and AI is taking forward and it is getting a very good traction. So Python is always a go-to language for that. Since we have a lot of online community, so for example, if you want to have any doubts gets cleared, so you can go to YouTube, you can go to Stack Overflow, and there are a lot of GitHub communities, Google communities, wherein you can get your doubts sorted, and you can meet like-minded people as well as mentors and industry leaders. Whoever you are comfortable, you can connect with them without any issues. And uh, say for example, once you start, so you have to be very clear. So right now, uh, if you want to develop something, it can be a web application or mobile application or even yeah, Soumya, tell me.
Sir, your voice is breaking again.
Okay.
Can you listen to me?
Yeah. Am I clear now?
Little bit.
Okay. Okay, I'll just continue. So right now, there are a lot of avenues like websites, mobile application, web application, desktop applications. To start with, the easiest way, either to start with website or web applications or mobile applications. So for instance, you can start with basic HTML code, or you can start with your portfolio website wherein you can display your skill sets and put it on GitHub, or you can host your own web application to showcase your software skills. So for that, you should have some basic understanding of certain things. One is IDE, integrated environment. So it can be your Visual Studio, or any. Second important thing is Git. So these two things go hand in hand. So whatever you are developing, you should be tracking, and it has to be.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Will you just come again? Your voice got interrupted in middle, like few seconds back.
Okay. So my connection is stable anyway. I'll come again. No problem.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So there are tools we have to understand. One is the IDE. So wherein you use these tools to develop your software, and Git. So Git is nothing but your version control. Version control means you can keep track of your code. Let's say today you develop something, so you should not lose your code. You can put it in Git and store it in the cloud, so that you can retrieve wherever and whenever you want, and you can roll back to whatever version you wanted to go back. So now, since we have basic understanding of what are these things, now it is time to go for the next step. Yeah, Soumya?
Hello.
Yeah. So is everybody facing issue, or am I audible by the way?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So to start with, hello world. So we need these basic understanding. And to go for a next step, so we have to understand the basic structure, syntax. Say, for example, what are if condition, for loops, data structures, arrays, strings, linked list, JSON. Yeah. So these are all the basic one should have before start their coding journey. So hope you have any questions right until now.
Not as of now.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll move on to next. Okay, so once we have chosen our language, or what we are going to go in our journey, so you have to have some plan. So first you have to have a short-term goal and a long-term goal. So set something very realistic. So for example, in the beginning itself, we need not think about, okay, I'm going to build a very big web application like Instagram or Facebook, because beyond coding, there are a lot of other things has to be taken in consideration in building a very big web application. So let's not overwhelm ourselves immediately, but stick to only one language initially. Let's say today you may start with Python. Tomorrow you may feel, okay, so my friend is doing JavaScript or Java. Let's not go to jump into that. Okay, he's doing that language, I'll again go to that language. So we'll go with one language, and you make sure you stick to that language, and you have to be pro in that. So that is very, very important in your learning plan, or in your coding journey. Otherwise, you will get lost or something. And second thing is, you have to consistently code. Let's say today, every day you at least code for 1 hour, and you get your hands dirty with the coding thing. Otherwise, it is like mathematics. So daily you have to practice. Without that, it is going to be very, very hard. And more importantly is choose your resources wisely. For example, if you are following YouTube, try to follow only one person or only one channel. So don't jump the okay, this in certain channels, certain concepts may be easier, but the problem is everybody has their own approach, so you shouldn't get confused. So whatever is convenient to you, it may be English or in your mother tongue, whatever is convenient to you, better follow only one resource. Otherwise, that will also make your journey very hard, and you will be going on in circles. You may not end up in doing the right thing. So you maybe get lost in the journey. And very important thing is journaling your journey, because once you start coding, you should always make a track of it, because it may help you in building your portfolio. It may be say, for example, along with that, you can be learning how to maintain a software, how to create with a plan. So there are other things. Let's say you have to treat it like a project. So if you're working for a company, so whether beyond your work, whatever you are logged in the system, that is only going to speak for you. So you may be a great engineer, you may be a great coder, but still you have to showcase whatever you have done to your manager or to your upper to your officials. So that is very important in this. Say, for example, you start, so daily you start coding. After one month of journey, you will feel very good. Okay, for 1 month, what and all you have did. So you can track your journey. That is very important. So along with this, you can learn Git. Git is one of the important tools where you will be tracking your journey, and you'll be committing your code. And that is a very good skill to learn along with your programming skills, because in the industry, Git is the most and the very powerful tool for your storing your code on version control. Yeah. And next thing is you have to find your mentor. Let's say, see, what is the importance of choosing your mentor is, so we have so much of industry experience. So we will make sure you make less mistakes, or we will not allow you to make the same mistake what we have did. So we will try to fasten your growth and fasten your learning process. So that is very important, because when we were in colleges, we had very tough time. So these much resources were not there. Now, since we have a lot of online communities, YouTubes, etc., etc. So you people have to definitely make use of it. I think that is why Rowan is also trying to help people, and that is why we are also here. Yeah. So what are all the how to start and how to have your coding to be very interesting and interactive than being boring. So generally in colleges, what is the problem I feel is they always teach about boring stuff. They'll be like just reading the code, and they'll be writing in the board, and we'll be copying it. But that is why we feel coding is very boring or very hard. But since we are now used to many applications, like we are using WhatsApp, Instagram, so we may have small pet ideas in our mind. So we can try to implement those small ideas into the code, so that you will feel better and comfortable, and more importantly, the understanding of programming and application will be very big. So right now there are a lot of online communities. For example, there are GitHub. So GitHub is it's an open source platform wherein you can find a lot of open source projects which are available on the GitHub. For example, let's say if you want to go and see any Linux or Android, so it is all available to the open source, open public, wherein everybody has the right to go and see the source code of those platforms. And you can also maintain your portfolio. So GitHub is mainly for developer portfolio. Let's say it's LinkedIn for developers, wherein you can maintain your website, you can maintain your code, so that people can track. So it has a tracking mechanism, how frequently you are contributing to the community. You can be a part of open source community, etc., etc. So Discord is another means wherein it is a chat, open chat. You can chat with anyone in the world, wherein you can find similar set of people like you, whatever ideology or in whatever position you are. Let's say you are also learning to code, so you can also find a similar mindset people in Discord, and you can also tag with them, and you can grow along with them. So because ultimately networking is very important. And Stack Overflow, Google groups, etc., etc. These are all the other examples for the communities. So building communities is very important. So next thing is how to make your learning journey very, very interactive. Let's say, so we start with the Hello World program, but so it shouldn't end there, right? So now let's say you want to build a calculator. So it can be a calculator in your phone, or it can be in your web application. So that once you start build interacting applications like these, so you can build your own portfolio. So you can host your own websites. So there are multiple ways to do it, so that you will also feel that you have built some project or built something for yourself, and not only just by copying, but with proper understanding of concepts, as well as how the software development cycle works. Because if you are building something without consistency and proper understanding and knowledge, these things are not going to work out. So you have to constantly get feedbacks from your mentors, or you have your online communities like Discord or GitHub. You can get continuous feedback to improve your system. Say, for example, if you're building a calculator, or you can build a weather application. Say if you are more interested on building, let's say, improve your user interface, or you want to improve the speed, or you want to add more features. So once you go to the online, so the avenues are like unbelievably more. So and you will be surprised to see feedbacks, and it's continuous learning, right? So it will be useful for you. And very important thing is on the community side, so you can attend hackathons. So hackathons are very important for everyone, not only for the freshers or for people who are joining, starting to code on their journey. Even for experienced people, hackathons are very good place. So first of all, it is like a 2 or 3 day long event. You have to go, and they will give you a problem statement. So you have to stay with your friends. You have to build your community. You have to build everything there. Uh, so ultimately, they will be awarding you with a very good prize money. And more importantly, there you will be meeting people like you, and people. So you can meet your mentors. You can make friends. Let's say you are searching for job. You can ask for references. Because you have already proven in the hackathon, if you are winning, so your visibility will become more. And you have to take coding challenges. There are a lot of online communities available, let's say, like Lead Code, like Code Wars, and there are a lot of other platforms. Because there also, again, you can build your portfolio. Let's say you have an account at Hacker Rank or Hacker Code Wars, right? So once you start solving the algorithm, so you will be getting badges. So once you have very good hang on coding, or you are solving complicated problems, so that is also going to be one of the platforms where you are going to get jobs, or so you can prove yourself. So again the community is there. You can grow your community, etc., etc. Yeah. So far, any questions? Okay, I think I can move. Okay. So once you are done with your basic stuff, let's say you are done with smaller application. Now it is going. You have to go advance or go deeper in your journey. So to ultimately get a job or to land in your dream job. So next thing is you have to see about data structures, algorithms, system designs, high level design, low level design, etc. and etc. Because once people are very comfortable in basic coding, so the data structures is like there are algorithms which you have to solve to crack. Let's say you are going for Amazon or Google, so they have their own set of test. So you have to clear them to get a job. So the data structures and algorithms are very complicated, and as well as it bit harder than the basic coding. So it is beyond if else conditions, etc. And more importantly, we have to be very optimized. So you have to do a very optimal. You have to get to an optimal solution in order to make sure your algorithm is clean. Second is the most important thing is on the system design. So system design is nothing but, let's say, how things generally work. Let's say you want to build a WhatsApp, you have to build an Instagram. So if I'm sending hi, how it is reaching you? So on a top, so what are databases? So let's say you have an Android application, you have a web application, so you are having an iPhone application. Let's say how all these things are working seamlessly. So these on a broader understanding, if you have, definitely that is going to help you in building a very robust and stable application. So these two things are very important: data structures and algorithms, as well as system design. So system design is not about coding much, but it is about how generally the infrastructure works. Let's say what are servers, what are all virtual machines, where are they hosted, and how the database and the virtual machines are connected. So what are all APIs? So how they are getting consumed. So all those things will come under system design. Say, for example, if the system fails, how we have to retrieve, or how we have to uh, revive the system in very less time without any outage. Let's say we all know about the recent Windows outage. So since they had a very good system design, they were able to come back again very fast. So again, again coming back, how to building your portfolio. So how to build your resumes. Let's say you can build your own website. For example, you can make your resume as your website, and you can put it on your LinkedIn, so that you immediately, if anybody asking your resume, you can just pass your website, so that everywhere it is easily accessible and they can just print out. So again, GitHub is a place, as I said earlier. Why I'm insisting on GitHub is, so based on your GitHub profile, that is the LinkedIn for the developers. Again, I'm putting the same thing, because how strong is your GitHub profile is going to be. So there is that much chance that you may land in your dream job, because there are job hunters, headhunters who is going to look at your GitHub profile and make sure how much contribution you are making for the coding, and that shows how strong engineer you are. So again, LinkedIn is going to be a very important thing, everybody knows. So you have to build your connections. So again, it will be useful for if somebody can refer you, you have to earn their trust. So if they can refer you, again, that is going to make your life simpler. Yeah, so these are all the things you have to while preparing. Again, you have to reach to your mentors, you should be asking any clarifications or doubts to them. And parallelly, you have to be preparing for your interviews. For example, each and every company has their own set of interview questions, interview patterns. So they may be having algorithm round, they may be having a system designs round, they may be having a behavioral interview round, and they may ask you situational questions. How did you handle this? How did you handle that? So what are the challenges you're faced in the past? So it is all about how you are going to uh, answer those questions and be prepared for yourself. Yeah. So as we know, so right now we are in the age of YouTube and video courses, right? So you have to make sure um, choose your platform and stick to that. So if you want to go for open source or open community, YouTube is the best option. But if you want to go for any courses type, you have to spend some money and earn a certificate, and with that certificate you can apply for jobs. So you have proved that, okay, I have these certificates, so I know my stuff. So Udemy and Coursera is a place where you can learn things. So again, coding platforms, there are, so make use of these online editors. Like, let's say you want to learn any language, let's say Python, Java, JavaScript, C Sharp, Go, whatever language is available in the market. So you can there are online editors wherein you can immediately start your coding journey without installing anything. So just go to the browser and choose your editor, start coding. So you need not wait for anything. So again, there are platforms like HackerRank, wherever the platform is there, you can build your net portfolio. So with that portfolio, you can show the recruiters or the companies, say, I'm already having these many things under my table, under my resume. So I am the right fit or right candidate for the job. And there are other courses or book, whichever you are comfortable, you can um, choose them according to the language, whatever you are doing. Yeah. So again, I will always insist my whenever I mentor people, I always insist them to go with this thing. Like, you have to go with some basic website, or you should have some application in your head, so that you will also feel that you are trying to achieve something. So these are all. So let's say you can choose Python, or you can choose an Android application. You can choose an iOS application. It is applicable to any whatever language or platform you are choosing. So these are all the ideas for your application. So again, so there for the beginner and the intermediate level, you may not bother so much about database and stuff. It is only about uh, the user interface and user experience. Whatever, let's say, expense tracker you are building, or personal blog you are writing. So you have to just bother about the text, whatever you are doing, it has to be displayed on the screen, and nothing much. You don't want to bother about what you are storing and what you are retrieving and all. But wherein in the social media platform, let's say you are building something like Instagram or chatbot, so there you have to bother about how to communicate with server, how are we going to save the data, so what database we are going to use. So that is bit of work. So you should do multiple things by yourself. But yeah, but definitely you will have a very good understanding of how the whole internet works once you start doing these advanced applications. Guys, have any questions? Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, this software has only right now three different branches. So one is the front end, second is the back end, and third one is the AI machine learning, which is like booming for last 4-5 years. So front end, we call it as a client. So whatever you are seeing in your website, whatever you are using as your mobile application, so front end, so it may be HTML, CSS, JavaScript, etc. And second thing is Android or iOS. Android means we have to use the language called Kotlin. iOS, you have to use Swift UI or C#. For web application, again, there are Angular JS, React JS. You might be hearing React a lot. So you should have the understanding of this. So then you have to you should be aware of web services, how I have to retrieve the data from the servers, how I have to show the data in the browser. The same is applicable for Android and iOS as well. So backend means server. Your data is being stored in. So let's say I have a business logic. If I have a login page, I have to validate that login page. Let's say you are having a username and password. You are typing your username and password, and you wanted to validate with the database. So for that, we have to use backend technology. So the front end and the back end has to speak in one language. So through the internet, so your data will be transmitted from server to the browser. Yeah, and it will be validated with the database using basic SQL queries. So this is how the front end and the back end are integrated. And again, as we know, machine learning and deep learning technologies are also there. So machine learning, if you are going for machine learning, so Python is the go-to language because Python has a very strong community support. So we are all now aware of ChatGPT and stuff. So it is all very high-end machine learning projects and deep learning projects. Yeah. So let's say this is how generally the big companies interview are structured. So how to find out that you are interview ready? So the data structures and algorithms, as you can see in the screen, they are. So I've just mentioned few. There are a lot of things. So generally they keep 2 rounds of data structures and algorithms. So it works like this. So you have to so there is no specific questions, but yeah, it is all about how you are doing the problem solving. Let's say I will let's say they give a very complicated problem, and how optimal, what is the optimal solution you are going to give. See, they don't in interviews, they don't bother whether it is right or wrong. It is all about your attitude and what structured way you are thinking, and what is the approach you are taking to solve the problem. So for that, you have to be prepared with these things. And as I said earlier, there are system design is also one of the important things you have to learn about. Let's say what are all what is a server, how is it being deployed or hosted in the internet, how your browser or your Android application or web iOS application is going to communicate with your server. So how fast or with low latency or with less speed you have to communicate between the server and the browser or your Android or web application. Yeah, Soumya? Hello?
Soumya, if you don't have a question, you can drop your hand down. You can lower your hand.
Okay, let me continue.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so system design is one of the important things everybody has to be aware, as I said. So they will be testing you with high level and the low level design. high level is what are all the things you are going to use in your entire application. So how they are going to be connected. Low level design is like how the implementation is going to be, what language you are going to choose, why you are going to choose, like that. Behavioral interviews will be like they will be giving us a situation, or how are you going to solve this problem, what approach you are going to take. Let's say it may be a team issue, or it may be a engineering issue, or stress, it may be a stress interview, etc., etc. Yeah. So yeah, so you can reach me out. I'm ready to take up questions. Whatever questions you have, you can mail me, or you can reach me through LinkedIn. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm all here for you to help out. Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much, Ashwin. Thank you so much for the insightful session. I would request people to maybe unmute themselves if you have a question, or feel free to put it in the chat box. I've also put out a feedback form on the chat box. In case you guys have a feedback, please do fill it up, and it will help us improve our sessions. Yeah, I
Okay.
think there is a question on the chat box.
Yeah. So I think Kunal Singh has asked one question. People who are web developers, they make website, right? People make almost the same kind of website using WordPress as well as. So why does web developers get paid much higher? Okay, so to answer your question, Kunal, see, WordPress, it has templates. Let's say you have a PowerPoint and you choose some template. You cannot go beyond the template. You have to stick for the template alone. But if you click a blank page and you want to, you can move the items here and there, right? So likewise, if let's say you want to just build a website in the sense, it doesn't have, it just have text and images. You can choose some template and just host it. But in case if you want to build something interactive website, let's say you want to build something like Instagram, then it is not just like a text and image. So you can interact with the website. Let's say you can comment, you can like, you can share, you can post videos, you can do a lot of things. You can do live, you can go live on Instagram. So that is the major difference. That is why web developers are paid very high. And it is not only that, and it has to be faster. It should not go down, or there shouldn't be any outage. I hope I answered your question. But when most important coding in future. So Divya, she has asked one question. Most important coding in future. Can you please make it more clear? Divya?
I think it would be kind of what would be the ideal futuristic coding language that we should be learning.
Okay. So right now, since Python is more go-to language because of community and machine learning capabilities. So why? Because since machine learning is more mathematical intense, so the mathematicians are choosing Python because it looks like more like English. You can write code like in English. So Python is always good to know, and the learning curve is also very fast. So I think better to choose Python. I think Tadalla Someshwara Rao, he has one question. Can you please put it in chat, or you can unmute and ask your question?
Yeah.
हेलो सर।
Yeah.
हाँ, यूट्यूब चैनल पर कौन सा एप्लीकेशन अच्छा है वीडियो अपलोड करने के लिए?
Can you please speak in English, because I don't understand much of Hindi.
यूट्यूब चैनल के यूज in konsa which application YouTube channel in use?
Okay, YouTube, what application they are using, you're asking?
Yeah.
Okay, so YouTube, so they mainly the website is built on HTML5, but Google has their own framework. So they have their own framework, but which is not told. I mean, we are not aware of what framework they are using on the front end. But they are using a lot of streaming streaming sites. So it is more streaming intense. So it is more back-end heavy. We are only seeing on the front end, whatever is there in the website. That is a very simple application. But your videos and other things are stored in the back end. So based on your network availability, fast. So it is all depending on, based on that, they are streaming the video accordingly. Yeah.
Streaming application in use. Yeah.
Sorry?
I am using KineMaster application.
Uh-huh.
KineMaster application use a streaming application.
No, KineMaster, I think it is a video editor application, right? Video editing application.
Yeah.
So people who are web developers, okay, again, you can for YouTube channel, what are some tips? Okay, what are some tips to crack Accenture interview? Okay. So I think Nishika Acharya has asked this question. So Accenture typically has 3 rounds. So first round will be your technical round. So where they will ask you to code basically. So if you are applying for a coding role, then they will definitely ask you to code. If you are a fresher, so there are lot of, if you go for Glassdoor, they will outrightly they would have put the question, what questions they will ask based on the role. Let's say if you are a fresher, what are the questions, how to prepare for that interview, they'll be asking you. Second round will be most on the behavioral round. So they will be asking what are all the challenges you have faced in your projects. If you are in college, they will be asking what are all the challenges did you face in your while doing your final year project, etc., etc. So final thing will be a HR round. They will be testing your English speaking skills if you are a fresher. So these are all the tips for cracking Accenture interview. Not only for Accenture interview, if you just go for Glassdoor website, and you have to just put enter the company name, whatever you are looking for. So you can get the tips and tricks for each and every company. Okay. So I think so. Yeah, I think I answered most of the questions. Any other questions? Feel to ask.
Awesome. We will wait for a couple of minutes. If there are any questions, we can take it up. Or until then, I've sent a link on the chat box as well. Apart from the feedback, this is a registration link which you all can use to get access to the recordings, or also register yourself to get access to other sessions that's happening over the week. So I'll send the link on the chat box, guys. Just feel free to register yourself. Okay, great. If there are no other questions, I think thank you so much, Ashwin, for an insightful session. We'll log off for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you.
Night.